Hello. So today I'm feeling like a crazy person because just a few days ago I posted a video called Monthly Planning Process and 2017 Planner Musings. In that video I updated my Franklin Covey Classic for the month of September and just kind of went through the process that I use, and I talked about my thoughts on continuing to use this planner. I especially loved reading the comments in this video because so many people gave me so many good ideas, and I'm just kind of skimming through the comments, and I don't know how to say the first name. Is it Milika or Milika? She said, that she could totally relate with the Franklin Covey system being too heavy. Jennifer Campbell had a great idea to dry run a Hobonichi and make my own. And Vegan Organizer, of course, was in favor of me getting a Hobonichi. And there were several other people that gave me good ideas. Kimberly, she gave me a good idea about Franklin Covey wire bound. And so I looked thoroughly at the Franklin Covey website through the wire bound systems, and nothing stood out to me. And I continued to look at the Hobonichi website, but then I also kept thinking about the comment from Jennifer Campbell saying, why don't you dry run a Hobonichi? And I thought, why don't I dry run a Hobonichi? Because for a very long time I made my own planner, and I can do that again. So this is the Franklin Covey Classic, and I just wanted to show you a comparison. So how am I going to do this? I'm going to have to pick up the camera and show you. So this is a comparison. This is a Leuchtturm 1917, and so you can see the width difference. You can see the height difference, and clearly the thickness, right? And so I'll kind of do I'll try to do an overview. I've got to move my light a little bit, but that's the difference, okay? And the Franklin Covey Classic weighs almost 4 pounds. The Leuchtturm weighs about 1 pound, just a little over a pound. Excuse me while I adjust this on the tripod. Sorry about that. And so it's considerably smaller. However, it's not smaller because the pages are exactly the same size. It's an A5 size page. So, I mean, if we look in the planner of the Franklin Covey, you can see all the excess space. And so while I'm getting the same exact amount of real estate on the page, for the most part, I am carrying around a third of the weight, and I don't know, it seems at least 25% of the size, length and width wise, and then, I don't know, 30% of this. So I drew my own, and I mean, look, it's huge. It's a huge difference. And I'm going to show you what I came up with. So like I said, I feel like a crazy person because I just went through a planning process video, but this is also part of my planning process, right? And people that are into planners and efficiency and that kind of thing, organization, I know that you know where I'm coming from. So I just wanted to show you the planner I made myself. So I have had this for a while because, like I said, I'm not new to making my own planner. In fact, I have videos on it from previous where I did. So here are previous spreads that I did a year ago, actually. So I was into DIY planner a year ago. So not surprisingly, a year later, here we come full circle. So for a long time, for months actually, I did months and months. I did my own spread, and I even did my own goal planning. Did my own goal planning pages, and I kind of taped them in here, and so and had a goal tracker. And at this point, I moved to something else. So I did that for months. Now we come to what I created. And so what I created was what Jennifer had suggested, just copy the Hobonichi. And so I went onto the website, and I love the pictures from the Hobonichi website, I went onto the website and I looked at the layouts that you get. And I measured out how can I do that in a Lloyd's term. It's not exactly the same, but it is pretty darn close. It doesn't, but I will tell you this. The one thing that I missed was just having pre-printed dates and the convenience of that, because that's just, it just makes everything ready to go, right? You don't actually have to sit down and do this. And this took a little bit of time. So the first spread that I saw on the Hobonichi website was the month. And so I laid out September and I just made all the squares even. I didn't do a whole lot of fancy stuff. I left a space for notes here at the top and along the bottom like the Hobonichi does. And I started on a Monday, which was kind of cool, ended on a Sunday. I always like a Monday start for my week, and so I thought I'd try it with the monthly. And I laid out my month spread that I had in my Franklin Covey. So basically I duplicated September because I know that it will work in my Franklin Covey. My Franklin Covey is ready to go for September should I fall off the rails with this. So this is like, you know, I'm testing it out, but I have my backup ready to go. So my monthly spread. Then Hobonichi has weekly spreads. And so I don't know how I would use all of these spreads. I was thinking like the weekly could be some sort of a financial tracking thing, but I have all my financial stuff in my Franklin Covey and it's pretty, you know, organized, and I don't want to mess with that too much. I don't know. I don't know what I would use the weeklies for, but I laid my weeklies out exactly like Franklin Covey does, or I'm sorry, Hobonichi does, and I just filled in with what I knew. So I created the weeks for September. I was thinking maybe the weeks would be personal, and I don't know. So then we get into the daily, and I kind of set it up just like the Hobonichi would be, except I didn't lay out a time calendar on the side because I really don't use that often in the Franklin Covey, and so it's just kind of wasted space. And the to-do list gets real tight on the Franklin Covey planner. And then I usually have my lesson plans on Post-its on the notes side of the day per 2 pages per day spread. Sorry, it's been a very long day. And so what I did is I just wrote the day and the date, and I just put my to-dos, any important reminders I put at the top in red. I put my menu plan, sorry, my big hand's in the way. I put my menu plan over here for the day, and then I just took what I've been doing and I just took my Post-it with my lesson plan, stuck it on the page. And so here's Tuesday. I had a doctor's appointment, so I put that here and I highlighted it and I put it under my menu, had my to-dos, and that's Tuesday. So I have Wednesday ready to go, Thursday, and then I have what I can laid out for Friday, and which is like just this is what's happening on this day. And then what I did was I split Saturday and Sunday. And normally I say I hate a split on Saturday and Sunday, but I mean, look at how much room that is. I can do whatever I need to do there. I mean, that's a tremendous amount of room for a weekend day. So I am good with that. So I laid out the rest of the month in dailies. So I have my lesson plans there, and we have kind of a weird week. So that looks a little strange. And as I did this, and then as I put my lesson plans on here, I realized something. I think I did this, yeah, through the 25th. I realized something. So this week is the week of Labor Day week, September 5th and on. That is a strange week for us at school. But this is a typical week. So, for example, and I kind of explained this in my last video, I teach 2 different courses, and I teach both of them on Mondays and Wednesdays, and I teach one of them on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I need 2 separate lesson plans for Mondays and Wednesdays, and only one for Tuesdays and Thursdays. I put them on these Post-its. What I realized is when I opened my book at work, I didn't need to put them both on one page, because if I have a Monday, Tuesday open spread, I'm looking at those 2 days. I have both sets of lesson plans here, and it's like everything fits, and there's plenty of room to add things. Do you see that? Of course you see it. I'm holding it up in front of you, and you can't answer me anyway. Again, I told you I feel like a crazy person today. So if I flip to the next day, there's my 2 lesson plans that I'll need for those 2 days. I can fill in the top as needed, and I have plenty of room. I don't know this because I haven't looked. I tried on the Hobonichi website, but I assume that as I was creating this, I was like, okay, so if Hobonichi gives me a full day for Saturday and Sunday, which I think they do, pretty sure. So here would have been Saturday, here would have been Sunday, here would have been Monday, and then we would have had this split at Tuesday, and then Wednesday, and then Thursday, and then Friday, and then Saturday, Sunday. And so not every week would be, so every week would not be able to have this open to a Monday, Tuesday, a Wednesday, Thursday, and then a Friday, Saturday, Sunday spread, which I really like. So now I'm kind of having a dilemma, because drawing my own was not that difficult. And I would say the one that took the longest to draw was the week layout. And that's the one where I'm like, do I even need this layout? I don't even know exactly how I want to use this layout. The monthly layout is great for forward planning. I have plenty of space, plenty of room to write in anything I'd want to write in on the monthly. It's great to take this and then create my daily spreads, and creating the daily spread is very simple. It's a matter of writing the day at the top. It takes literally no time. So the week spread was time intensive. The rest of it was not. It was very easy. The size of the book, you can't beat it, right? And I don't know how big the Hobonichi is. I do like the Tomoe River paper, but this paper works great with most pens too. I have 2 bookmarks, one for the day, one for the month. I also, in this, have the band that goes around the outside. It's got a hard cover. In the back, I have a pen loop, and so I can hook a pen on there. I also have a cute little owl. I also have this pouch in the back where I have been keeping, and this is what I used to use back in the day when I made my own planner. This is a 2-year calendar, and it just tucks right here in the back. And so let's say that I need to write an appointment down for a month that I haven't created the spread for. Well, I have this little booklet that will take me till the end of the year, and it has some holidays in it. But I have this little booklet until December to try out anyway, and you know, I have forward planning handled here, I feel like. So now I'm having this dilemma, because I already own this. I've paid for it. Creating my own planner is very simple in this. Everything fits. It's working. On a day where I teach all 6 classes, I can clearly fit both pieces on there, and I can move them around if I need to write more things. So now I'm like, do I need this Hobonichi? Because the convenience factor of having it already pre-labeled is nice. But this is so easy, and it's so light. I have so enjoyed carrying this in my purse and just having it on my desk. It's so small, I can just open it up to whatever I need, and there it is. So, Hobonichis go on sale tomorrow. I have it in my planner to order a Hobonichi. I just don't know if I need to. I can't believe I'm saying this. And I kind of am like nervous about not ordering one, because I have this feeling that they sell out, and I don't want to miss it if I really wanted it. But I don't think I really need it. And when I looked at them, I think they're around 50, 60 bucks, something like that. So, and you have to get a cover, because well, I would have to get a cover. I need something a little bit more durable than just, you know, the paper type cover, like the coated paper. And this is durable. This is professional. If I have this at work on my desk or I take it to a meeting, this is, it doesn't, you know, stand out. It's, if I have to write something down at a doctor's appointment, like I did a little bit today, it wasn't an issue. If I want, if I want to use any part of this for notes, I can just go to the back and start taking notes in the back. There are tear out pages in here. There's an index in the front, so if I do start making notes, I can index them because all the pages are already numbered. So I'm like thinking, why am I going to spend money on a Hobonichi? So creating my own planner was just way too easy. And if I were to count through if I were to just have a monthly planner where I do all my forward planning, and then say once a week I could sit down and just number the days of the week, or I could just do it once a month and create the dailies for the month, I mean, it's a no-brainer. And the grid paper in the Leuchtturm makes it so easy. It already is labeled for date up here. The grid term in the grid paper in the Leuchtturm is so easy to draw squares and measure things out so that it looks even. Like, that looks great. I'm totally pleased with that. And there's so much room to write. It already has the bookmarks. I don't know. So, there we go. So, Jennifer Campbell, you kind of threw me off. I don't know why I didn't think to make my own. But now I don't necessarily think I want to order a Hobonichi. I can't believe I'm saying that because I've just had it open for days. I've had that website open thinking, I'm going to order that. I'm going to order that. And now I think that Jennifer saved me some money because this is so easy. I already have the book. I mean, for months I made my own spreads and I enjoyed it and it worked great. And now, why am I not? It seems between a month and the dailies, I can track everything I need. And my goal in going to the Franklin Covey was my life all in one place. And with this, it is definitely work and home planner achieved. The only thing that's missing from this is the financial part of my planner and the filing cabinet part of my planner. And I don't need to take the financials with me. The filing cabinet, I do. That's one thing that I would have to go through and make some notes in here, maybe like I said in the back, make some notes of things that I need for work, because there are things in there that I do need. So that's a thought. That's something to think about. But I also, you know, it's not a ton of stuff. It was nice having my contacts in there should something happen to my phone. But again, I don't know. I need to kind of think through that. I also know that I can buy these little pocket calendars, and I think some of them probably, they do, and because this one is almost done, it's only got a couple months left in it, I almost think I might look for a little pocket calendar that would have a little tiny contact section. Or maybe I just need to get a piece of paper, or just on one piece of paper, and just really write down the important contacts that I would like to have should something happen to my phone. Put it in the back, put it on my index. I mean, there's 247 pages, 48 pages in here, so I'm not hurting for space. And so I could just write my contacts in the back, any of that information from my filing cabinet that I will miss, and go on with my life. So I know I sound insane. I know. I feel crazy. I have all this Franklin Covey stuff. I am going to continue to use the financial stuff. I do like that. I had removed from there, on the suggestion of others, I removed all of the other months other than the current month, and as far as dailies, and it was still just way too heavy. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? I appreciate your input, and I read it and I consider it, and that's kind of, well, not kind of, that is what led me to this, and that's what's really leading me to think, do I need to buy something else. And then of course, I have the idea that once I bought something else, if I don't like it, that's just another thing that I have to have space for, or I have to just get rid of. And I live in a very small house. And at this point, the Franklin Covey system has taken up multiple binders just for storage of the extra stuff, which is kind of crazy to me. I have multiple binders that have just inserts in them that I'm not currently using. And so I feel like, man, I have 4 binders, 2 Franklin Covey binders and 2 small notebooks, or 2 small little binders from Staples. I have all these inserts in them. I'm not using almost all of it. Like, what am I doing? So I feel like I could take the financials and my filing cabinet, remove those, put those in a little tiny binder from Staples, and be good. As much as I liked the Harper in lilac, it's so big and heavy. I just can't deal with it. I can't tell you how just carrying this for these past 2 days at school has just made me so happy. And I've switched my little pen out each day, and so I can switch out my pens, and it's, I can use any ink to write on these pages. These are the Papermate Ink Joys. Now I'm just babbling on. But I'd love to hear what you think, because what's the word? I'm not a minimalist, but I am definitely a person that likes to get rid of things. I like to buy things, but I like to get rid of things as well, because living in this tiny house, I have to find a space for it. And if there's no space, then I don't like the way clutter looks. So part of me is thinking, wow, this worked for 2 days. Why wouldn't this work for a really long time? Go ahead and sell all of your Franklin Covey stuff, free up all that space, sell off all these old planners that you're not using, and make room, and keep everything in here. I don't know. The problem is I like all of these things, but I don't need all of these things, and they take up space, and I don't know that anything is ever going to be perfect. So, like I said, I found a tremendous amount of satisfaction, and I had no issues with creating my own spread however I wanted. I kind of found a rhythm and did that. But, needs change, right? And that's why we look to new planners to fulfill those new needs that we have. But if I draw my own, I can create anything I need. And if I keep it simple, it's really easy to do. And it doesn't take too long. I mean, literally, writing a date on a page. How long does that take? Nothing. Drawing a line across. So I don't know what I'm going to call this video. I'm probably going to call this talking for way too long about planners. I don't know. If you've stuck with me for this long, then you know exactly how I'm feeling, because you're this person. You're the person. We are the same. And it's probably late where you are, just like it's late where I am. And you've had a long day, and maybe you're doing the dishes, and you're just letting this crazy woman talk to you about planners for 25 minutes. I don't know. But if you have any ideas or any thoughts, you want to weigh in on my planner issues, I would love to hear it, because just in the last video, the comments that I got were excellent and just pushed me into this, and now I'm thinking this is all I need. Yeah. So, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate you taking your time to watch this. I hope that you were doing something productive while you were listening to me ramble on. But I would love to hear your input, and I would love to know what you're doing as far as a planner for 2017, or for now, for 2016, as your needs have changed, or as you have gone through planners. What were the pros and cons of the ones that you have used, and what works best for you? I really think that I'm going to the DIY again, and so that makes me want to purge everything else. And I know they'll sell because I bought them off of a planner group, so I know that people are looking to buy Franklin Covey binders. So, yeah, I hope you had a great day. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.